Good afternoon, you guys. I'm on my way to Vision Works to pick up my glasses. They are ready for pickup. And yeah, I hope that it helps with my blurred vision a bit. And then once I get used to wearing glasses, you guys, when I was little, and I know I'm not the only one, I was that kid that always wanted to have crutches, a sling from my arm, glasses, all the stuff that the kids that actually had those things did not want, I was fascinated by. And for as long as I can remember, I've always been kind of fascinated with like glasses and frames and all that stuff. But now I actually officially wear glasses. So I'm going to pick them up. I went to Warby Parker last week, and there are some frames that they have there, quite a few pair that I really am in love with, but I'm going to be trying to get some of those soon because they got a pair that I really did love. And yeah, Warby Parker has been around, I guess, for 8+ years, but I'm just now hearing about them. And probably rightfully so, because I haven't had a need for prescription glasses at all. And I'm gonna take Jaden with me. We're both wearing green today.
Actually, wonder what's in this bag? My backpack with the bag that has the Q-tips and the bottle top in it. So, and I like see an animal, I can like capture it, and then I can take its DNA and combine it with a different animal. I can make my own species. Why I'm out? No, why I'm out? Like if my house is so far.
Anyways, we're getting ready to go, and I will carry you guys along with me. You know, when I went to Vision Works for my eye exam, they did not have any frames that I liked. And all their frames were tiny. Like, they fit Kaden better than they fit me. So I was glad that I ended up bringing my own frames. And the frames that I like at Warby Parker are like gold. And I have a pair of gold ones that I got on Amazon that are just blue blocking, but they're flimsier than the ones I've seen in Warby Parker. But I almost wish I had taken those instead of the ones that I got, because the frames are cute. They're royal blue, but I don't really have a lot of royal blue in my closet. So anyway, I'm gonna just try to strengthen my eyes and use them for reading so that I'm not straining at all. I know, like I said before, my vision is more on the blurry side when things are close up to me as opposed to far away. And they gave me 2 prescriptions. So they gave me one that's mostly for like reading, and then the other is for like a bifocal to kind of like magnify. And I heard about progressive lenses, but it seems like there's a learning curve to it. So I didn't opt for that, but I may see how this pair work and then figure out what prescription I want to get in the other ones. I definitely want to do a transitional lens. That will definitely eliminate the need for 2 pair when I'm out in the sun. So I'll keep you guys posted with that as well, because Warby Parker had a lot of frames that I really liked.
This bag, we're just gonna call it we should call it DNA kit. No, creature creator kit. Yeah, creature creator kit, and for sure creature creator.
Alright, so that was pretty much in and out. I am going to have to probably really figure out if I do get lenses, or not lenses, but get frames from Warby Parker, what prescription I want to do, because these are more for reading, which is the problem that I have the most as far as being able to see closer up. And these are not for distance, because distance is more blurry for me. So I really wouldn't want to get the Warby Parker frames if I can't wear them throughout the day. So my second prescription is for more of a bifocal. And I don't know if I'm at that point yet, to be honest with you, because I can see pretty good from, far away. I just struggle more when things are up close, or if I'm driving at night, my vision is a little bit more blurry. Like I feel like I strain more when I'm driving at night with oncoming traffic, the lights and all that. So I don't know, but they're pretty good. They got like a little wiggle to the frame, but they can't really warranty that because I brought my own frame, and the place where the screw would go, typically it would go all the way through and they would cut the excess off, but mine are closed in, so they couldn't really do that.
So guys, if you don't have Q-tips or water bottle tops, then you can just like put gloves, like put protection on your hands and swap it with your hands and then like put it in a container.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Guys, we have made it back home from VisionWorks. These are my glasses. I'm officially wearing reading glasses, so they definitely work really good for up close. I can see you guys clear. It's the distance that makes it blurry because I see pretty good far away. So I'm probably going to end up getting a progressive lens because I don't want to have to take them on and off. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think about that when I got the reading instead. But yeah. It's blurry, but up close I can see pretty good. It's definitely a curve to it. I would have to get used to just, taking them on and off when I'm not in need. So yeah, definitely is a lot more clear with them on when I'm up close, even when I am talking to you guys. So I'm officially a glasses girl now. So anywho, I think we are gonna close out for now. I'm getting ready to make fish tacos in a minute, so we'll get comfortable and then we will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Bye. Good afternoon, you guys. I am picking up the camera. I have not in a few days, and yesterday was a complete nightmare in the state of Georgia. If you guys have not heard already, there was a school shooting in Winder, Georgia, which is not far from me at all. In fact, a cousin of mine attended that school a few years ago, as well as my nieces and nephew. Well, my niece and nephew went to the elementary school directly behind the high school. And let me just say, it's so close to home. And things like this happening are a big fear of mine, as far as, having ever decided to send Caden to public school, even though he wouldn't have attended that school anyway. But nonetheless, it's very disturbing. One of the teachers that lost their life in this tragic incident was a teacher that worked at the school that my two oldest used to go to. Camden, I believe, had him as a teacher, but Christopher seen him in passing all the time, and so he was a teacher that everybody, had fond, memories of, and have been really grappling with his death in this incident. It's just crazy to me because COVID was a big reason why I knew that I was gonna do homeschool with Caden. Years ago, when my boys were a lot younger, I think Camden was in 3rd grade and Christopher was going to be going to high school. Maybe Camden was in 4th grade, one or the other. But we attempted to do homeschool. Christopher didn't want to go to homeschool because, again, he had never done that before and he wanted to experience, high school, so he didn't go. But we attempted to do it with Camden through K-12, and it didn't really work out, and so we ended up enrolling him back in school. But again, after COVID, I had decided that if Caden had never experienced public school that he couldn't miss something that he never had. And even with talking to him and having conversations with him, and even to his dad, we decided it wasn't going to be a good fit. I know I made a video on here what that experience was, trying to do preschool with him, and we attempted, but it didn't work out. So Kaden is officially doing homeschool, and it's going so far. I won't say that it's easy at all, but my point in saying that is that I don't believe that parents and family members of children that end up doing things like this, or terrorizing their teachers, or like the teacher or a principal was, I think, a week or two ago, who lost her vision in one eye after encountering a child that was acting out, for lack of a better word. I don't know why a parent would not opt to digital schooling for their kid, or some type of homeschool program, or why it's not required that they do that when they have shown a history. I think even if it's an isolated incident that is violent in any kind of way, to not allow them to attend school, because the school system, in my opinion, they have these kids be still, be quiet, can't go to the bathroom when they feel like they need to, all because of the actions of a few children. They have this militant way of, teaching them, and I just don't feel like that was a good fit for Kaden, because I know my child, you know what I'm saying? I also have the kind of kid that's not going to tolerate no bullying. He don't care how big a kid is, he going to stand up for himself. And as much as in the Black community, that's something that we don't tolerate, when it comes down to somebody bullying you, it's kind of brushed under the rug when they're in public school, because there's a myriad of different scenarios where oftentimes our kids get labeled, you know what I'm saying? And that prison to pipeline thing, it's a real thing, when it comes down to children of color. So I say all that to say, I'm not understanding why parents aren't able to, and even if they don't live with their parents, if they live with family members, if they live with friends, whatever the situation is, you have to be dumb, deaf, or blind to not realize when a kid is displaying like mental, issues, or aggressions, or just outbreaks. In I don't know. I just don't feel like in a lot of these cases parents are just not aware, and they just send their kids off to school willy-nilly for other people's children, and teachers to have to deal with that. I can't imagine if I had a child that I knew was combative, or just displaying behavior that seemed out of the ordinary, that I would just send them to school, and all for the sake of being able to have a break. So it just really don't make no sense to me. And from what I'm hearing and what I understand, this young man, because he's going to be tried as an adult, from what the investigators are saying, had been investigated by the FBI just last year over threats. So nothing came of that until now. So why are we so desensitized at this point? This is becoming too much of a norm. Ever since Columbine, it's been one school shooting after another, one public, shooting random after another, and no one seems to be able to find a good answer for it. Is it gun law? I think that has a lot to do with it. Is it bad parenting? In some cases, I think that has a lot to do with it. Is it mental health? I think that is something that's being overlooked. But the fact of the matter is, it's happening far too often. And for something like that to hit so close to home, because I'm literally nowhere. There'll be times that I'll be talking to you guys in the car that I'm passing that school. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the direction I go in to go get crickets for the beardies, or maybe go to the grocery store over there, or go to Target in that area. I pass it a lot. So it's very, very close to home. And I'm just very sad by it. And I have a lot of questions about it too. Because what would they have needed to see in order to decide not to press any charges? And even if the FBI decided that they weren't going to press any charges because the child denied, having made threats online and things like that. And if I'm not mistaken, the threats were about school shootings. Even if they did not charge him, it should have been mandatory that he not be able to enter into public school again at that point, at least without extensive, I don't know, extensive investigation into it, because there are things that are coming out that, he lived in the home with his father, that his mom experienced, DV. I don't know how true that is, but a lot of these kids cannot avoid some toxic family situations, regardless of how hard you try to not have things affect your children. It's hard to not expose them to any dysfunction at all whatsoever. It really is. Whether it's directly or indirectly, it's hard to shield them from that, where it won't have any type of impact on them. And so, I have conversations with Caden a lot. Caden, although he's only 6, these kids have iPads, phones, YouTube, TV access, where they are made aware just in passing about some of these things that are happening at school. And so early on, I would say even 4 years old, he was like, I don't want to go to no public school and deal with strangers and be around people that I don't know. He is very much aware. Even when we go places, if I'm out at the store with him, he stick to me like glue. He is not like running all over the store, dipping off where he can't see me. If I take him to the park, he really wants to make sure that not only can I see him while he's playing, but he can see me. If he can't see me, he ain't gonna have a good time. So that's just the type of child that he is. And I know it has a lot to do with him being home with me, the years that we dealt with COVID, where everything was pretty much shut down. My mom would keep him when I was going into the office his first year of life, and COVID happened like the next year. So he won't even go stay at my mom's house, and he knows her and been knowing her all his life and love her to pieces. So he definitely just feels very shy and awkward about being around people that he doesn't know. And so he's like, Mom, maybe I'll try public school, later down the line. I don't want to do it right now. I don't want him to ever go. He can't miss what he ain't ever had. And so as long as I am blessed with the ability to be able to work from home, then homeschool is what I'll do. And as much as I be wanting to have a level of separation from him, just to be able to, be sane and be like rested and alone with my thoughts sometimes. A lot of parents send their kids to school just to get a break from them. You know what I'm saying? Not all, but I'm sure there are quite a few parents, because you see it in memes and different videos when it's time for kids to go back to school, how, happy parents are to kick their kids out the door. I would be worried half to death. I really would. I was worried when my oldest boys were in school, but not nearly as much as I worry now, because it's just become such a normal thing to happen, where you can be somewhere, and even not in a school setting, but you can literally be at a grocery store, if you know, and somebody random can come in and shoot up the place, And I know that you have to have faith in the Most High and that He gonna protect you, and I do believe that. You're also, I won't say you, but me, I'm also very aware of my surroundings when I do go out. That's why sometimes I like to be able to go run those little quick errands without Caden, because when you do have a little one in tow, it's a little bit difficult to be able to see and watch everything when your full attention is on your kid. But Caden makes it a little bit easier because he's, he sticks to me like glue. He's very much aware too of, things that could happen. And it's sad that he even has to think that way. So the toll on our children's mental health with all these type of things that happen, whether you're in close proximity to them happening, meaning going to the same school or nearby schools, or even hearing about it on the news, it is traumatizing these children. You know what I'm saying? It's traumatizing to them because how can you really get a full education in a setting that you just don't know what will end up happening, and you can't even reduce it down to it being something that only happens with older children. And from what I gather, this was this kid's first year in high school and probably attended the elementary school that is directly behind the high school. But even down to the 6-year-old or first grader, second grader a few years back that shot his teacher. Like, it's not reduced down to race, it's not reduced down to age, it's not reduced down to what area, what political, affiliation families have. Although, there could be some things that other kids are experiencing or conversations that are being had in their households that may give them some idea of what their viewpoint and perspective is on life and, human life and other people that aren't like you. It has to stop, and I don't know what is a good solution to it, because I wouldn't want to be a police officer. I wouldn't want to be a teacher. I wouldn't want to be a student. I don't know what can be done, because all of the politicians in recent and past years have been running on the same, we're going to fix this, we're going to fix that, and here we are. This horror movie, we are seeing it over and over and over again, and there is no real solutions to the problem. So anyway, I just wanted to put that little spill out there. I don't know if I'm going to keep this in the video or not, but I just had to say that piece because it's been on my mind and it's fresh. It just happened yesterday. Things are still coming out about, who this kid was, what the family, those things are going to come out, and maybe there will be warning signs that people can look at, but I feel like those warning signs have already been out there and they're being ignored. How did an investigation already happen with this kid and nobody's seen the writing on the wall, Even to err on the side of caution, kick him out of school. You know what I'm saying? Make his parents responsible for his education, whichever decision that they choose for even doing something like that. So, I don't know. I've had my own horror story with Camden in school, and even with Chris when he was in elementary school, that I don't care to talk about, on here. But there's been some stuff that has happened at their schools at one time or another that really got my wheels spinning about pulling them out, I don't know a solution for the problem, but I know as for me and in my household, as long as I'm able to, I don't want my baby to enter into public school. Private school, it don't even matter. Really, it don't. No. It's just not worth it to take that chance. So, anyway, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. This may be the wrap up of this vlog because I haven't really had much going on in the past several days except for my glasses,